If you happen to be a past or current therapy client of mine, this is a reminder that engagement of any kind on personal social media pages like this one is strictly prohibited by your signed contract with our practice as well as my licensing boards. Instead, please visit the practice pages. Back to the video. I'm having breakfast. Well, it's actually the second meal of the day. Got some toast, steak, and eggs. Protein. So, I'm not new here, but I'm newish. So, I kind of like the way this looks, like almost like a filter. It's just because the light's off in here, and got the black lighting because of the window. But I think I'm gonna flip it. Crumbs. I think I'm gonna flip it so that we have better lighting. Hold on. The amount of things on my desk is shameful. Anyway, so, hi again. I'm Terry, and I thought I would just take time to introduce myself. And again, I'm not completely new because I've uploaded a couple, and I really mean a couple as in two, videos on YouTube, but they were stretching and that kind of thing. I've since made them private because I'm back-ish. And I wanted to introduce myself in a different way. So, simply put, I'll talk about like who I am as a person first. Then I'll go into why I'm restarting my journey and how I got here and the things that I'm doing, the goals that I have right now, and why you should come with me. A bit about me. So I already said my name, Terry, and welcome. First off. I am, career-wise, I am a licensed psychotherapist. So, simply put, like a shrink. You know, what I do is people come to me with various mental health challenges, and I diagnose the situation. So I provide a diagnosis after assessing, and then I provide ongoing treatment for them. So we do therapy. I love what I do. I sleep very well at night, knowing that I'm making a positive impact in people's lives, and it's so rewarding. Amazingly rewarding. So I spend time at a practice. I own a practice. So I spend time there, and I split the other portion of my time. That doesn't make any sense. I have other portions of time, whatever. And so I spend some time at a contract position where I provide support in the community to one of the states that I'm licensed in. So that's what I do. All right. And when it comes to fitness, I actually did go and get my trainer's certification through ISSA. I have loved fitness and that kind of thing, just being active physically, moving for years, always have. I started working out seriously in high school, way back when. That's way back when. So, and I loved it. And I am wife, a mother, sister, a daughter, of course. So as a young mother, I actually had my first child in high school. So as a young mother, I wanted to stay fit and fill my schedule up because I kind of had all the credits that I really needed. So I was I should just left school and graduated, but whatever. I didn't. I stayed, so part of my classes were like office assistant and weightlifting. I was in weightlifting for like the 2 periods of the day and stuff like that. But I learned that I was really good at this and I love this and oh my goodness, I can actually take control, make my body look this way or that way. I'm naturally very thin, and so I had to really work to put weight on and to I guess make it look exactly the way I want, because my muscles I didn't acquire muscles as easily as some people who may be more muscular. I've been on Instagram before. I've been on Instagram for a long time. Same thing, same handle, at Love Play Lift Repeat, no spaces. And I was on there maybe like 2021, 2022, and I was pretty consistent. I was having a good time with it. And then moving into 2023, I got this wonderful opportunity career-wise. And I'm like, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I want to take this step. And I did. And having the opportunity, as much as I love it, but also running a practice, as much as I love that, takes up a lot of time. So that meant that something suffered. And for me, it was fitness. I wasn't in the gym as consistent. There might be weeks that I was in there maybe 3 days out of the week. And that's a huge deficit for somebody who has been there every day, 2 hours a day. And all of a sudden you're jumping down to 3 days a week and it's only 45-minute workout or an hour workout. So it looked like I hadn't been in the gym as consistent. My body started to reflect that. And also my stamina, all of that. It was when I was working out, I was like, whew, winded. It's like, so I wanted to get back to where I was. And I feel like I'm in a place now. I've been able to adopt a newer schedule that allows me to do both, but have a little more work-life balance. So I can be in my practice and be productive there. I can be at the contract position and be productive there and support the way I said I would. And I can be in the gym and be productive there the way I want to. Because I'm trying to use this body for as long as I can. And I want to look the way I want to while I'm doing that. So, yeah, I wanted to have it all. So, anyway, now I'm deciding that I want to expand. Not only do I want to return, but I want to expand. Now, I want to do Instagram like I was. I want to have YouTube. I want a blog, because I'm one that researches things. I research to death so that I can learn about things. And then I enjoy watching it, but also I enjoy reading it. So I want to do that. And this is going to be kind of weird because this is my first video, but I'm actually coming to you from the future because I've already filmed plenty of content. And now it's just a matter of taking time out to actually put it together and put it out there for you guys and just share my journey. And I'm hoping that you will join me, come with me on it. I mean, you might be on your own journey. Maybe you can learn something from me. Maybe I can learn something from you. Yeah, I'd love to see your face in the place. I stated earlier that I started working out seriously in high school. And again, like I said, I was a teen mom. So I did very well academically. My uterus just worked well too. And so one of the things that I did, because I wanted to make sure that I kept myself in shape and that kind of thing, and was weightlifting. My daughter was sometimes very sick, and I remember my weightlifting coach coming to me one day and saying, "Hey, you were missing a lot of time out of school." And I told him that I actually was a parent and that she was sick, and so sometimes I had to be home with her, or I had a doctor's appointment with her. And he was like, really? And, a lot of people didn't know, some did. But so he told me, hey, if you stay after school and practice with the track team, he was also the track coach, then I'll give you an A for every absence that you have. And that was contingent upon running 1 mile. That was where I started running with the track team. So I never actually formally joined the team, so I didn't go to meets and do all of that stuff. But I would practice with them. I got to, it was a lot of fun. And it taught me a lot about pacing myself. And I learned so much. It was an education. I learned a lot about endurance with myself, what I could push to do. So it was a great experience. And it was like incredibly flexible of him to do that, to look out for me in that way. So anyway, so I was running track, kind of, and I was weightlifting, and I felt so good. I had so much energy. Graduated, started mommying full-time and working full-time. I moved away from that. Then I really restarted seriously in about 2007, 2008. I wanted to start competing. I wanted to do shows. So I said, okay, I'm a really little thin chick, very thin chick. And also I was going through a lot of things emotionally too at the time. So I was trying to move into a healthier space, not only mentally, but physically as well. So I said, I'm going to compete. So I started working out. I had a bench and several other things in my home, and I worked out regularly every day. Loved it. It felt good to me. And that was probably when I did it without interruption. I got really serious about competing, even more so in 2011. I started training heavily for that. And eventually I did some shows. I think the very last show I did was in 2014. I did the NPC show. It was natural. And I'm sorry, I take that back. I was natural, but it was not a natural show. So I'm competing against other ladies that some of them are using steroids. And one of my friends, who's actually a competitor as well, and a therapist as well, said, you keep bringing this knife to a gunfight. Your body is amazing, but I want you to compete on a natural level so you're not competing against ladies with steroids. So I did place third place. And I felt good about myself, and it's really cool. But and that's third place in my class. So based on people who are my age, based on people who are my weight, based on all of that. But it was good. Hold on. I was getting deeper into my career. I was fully licensed as a therapist, no longer needing any type of supervision or anything like that. So I went to open a practice. In 2016, that practice officially opened, and I slowly started seeing clients little by little. But I was fully engaged with my workouts and staying fit, even though I wasn't competing anymore. But this is life now. This is my lifestyle, and it makes me happy. It's my thing. So, one of them. So that did not stop. Late 2021 is when I started posting on IG. My husband encouraged me to do that, and I did. I began doing some coaching and training some folks. Shout out to you if you're out there watching. But and though they were super cool, I realized that I don't want to do this as a business. I don't want to coach. I don't want to train. I don't want to do that as a business. I want to do that for fun. And I want to focus on my workouts, really, things that I'm doing, and do it in a different way. I can provide information, like YouTube, or information through a blog, but I don't want to set time aside to do that. And I didn't like the whole business side of dealing with billing and people's money and trying to I don't want to do all that. Not for this. I stopped and I just focused on Instagram, and I felt good again. Loved it again. But I think that was necessary because I needed to know, like, what do you want to do? And I know I love making the content. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's just not my thing to incorporate that piece of business. So I'm glad I learned that about myself. So as I mentioned before, in 2022, 2023, actually it was 23, I got this great career opportunity, and where a chick fell off. Chick fell off. So here we are today. You are current. Brought you current. So now I am wanting to start again. So November of 2024, 2024, because today is actually January 31st. Okay, so November, just a few months back, it was anniversary time. My husband and I were talking. We were like, you should do it again. You should try again. Get serious. And I will say one thing, that if I said in a post, or I said I was going to put something up or do something, or I stayed consistent, also because I felt accountable. I don't want to say I'm going to do it and then I didn't do it. So I said, yeah, this could be not only accountability for me, but it's fun. So yeah. Anyway, November of 2024, we actually went on a trip as a family, my honey and I, and celebrating our anniversary. And then we worked out there, and I saw the videos when I came back, because we're looking at all, oh, it's so cute, remember that time when, blah, 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 blah. So we were doing that, and I saw myself in the video, and I was like, dang. Okay, pump the brakes. I had to just go ahead and insert a video of myself on that trip, working out, so you guys could see. So here I am, right? Now, in just a few seconds, he's going to call me, and when I turn around, you can kind of see the gut area. Okay. I think that I'm beautiful still. I don't dislike myself. I didn't dislike myself in that video. I was like, the chick is thick, but not thick in all the places I want to be thick. And so that yeah, that was motivation too. So I became very consistent. I tried to become more consistent in the gym, and I did. I've been pretty consistent, except at times when I either needed to physically rest. I'll make sure I get in there and do a 2 a day, make that up. Or if, like right now, I actually have some muscle trauma. I had some muscles were tight, had a massage and all that stuff. I'll talk about that in another video. But anyway, so all in all, I was pretty consistent, and I started to get the feel again, started to get the hang of this thing again. But when I first got back in there, like really every single day for more than 45 minutes, I am dying a slow death. I've never been winded like that. But you know what? It made me respect people who are maybe a lot heavier than I am, and they go in and they may not particularly feel, but they look their very best, or think that they look their very best, and they're not feeling physically their very best because they are pushing themselves past their limits. I've never had that. So I gained a new respect. It was humbling. Definitely. My steak's getting kind of chewy. So my goals now that I feel pretty consistent, my goals were back in November of 2024, just to be consistent. And I'm put my therapist hat on for a moment. When I sit down with patients and I ask them, what do you want from therapy? They give me very general statements oftentimes, with answers such as, I want to be happy, which is a beautiful goal. I think everyone should be happy, but it's not very specific. So what I'll do is I ask them, what does that look like? And then they may have trouble with that question. So I'll say, what kind of things do you do? What are you doing when you're happy? What don't you do when you're happy? They might say, well, I'm not crying every day. I go out and hang out with friends. I don't say negative things about myself. I don't, they start to tell me what that looks like to them. And I did the same thing for myself to help set goals. So from a fitness standpoint, what do I want? So in November of 2024, I wanted to be consistent in the gym. My general goal. But what does that look like? I wanted to make it to the workout without being completely winded. I wanted to make sure I was present every day, like I used to be. And I wanted to enjoy the workout. Those are my goals, relatively general. So what I did to get there, it's like, well, how do I get there? What do I do? To get there daily, I need to put a schedule in place that's going to be viable. Not any ridiculous things, but things that I know I can actually do this. So I actually had to sit down and chart out what my schedule is from day to day. Like I said, I actually revamped it a little bit. And so I determined what times and days it was best for me to work out so that I knew I could really physically and based on my time do. Then I said I wanted to make it through the workout without being so winded. One of those things is just basically being consistent. I have to get my body used to the idea of doing this and actually putting forth the effort. So that goes back to the schedule, getting in there. But additionally, I also decided that I was just going to make it through my reps, through my sets. I wasn't going to push harder for more weight or more. I'm not trying to create any body change in this moment. I just want to get in there consistently. I knew the body change would come very soon, and that would come with, it's a byproduct. But so I said, okay, I'm just going to try to get through my reps. I'm going to breathe through my reps. Also, I need to fuel myself properly. So I have to make sure that I am consistent about my meals. Let me be consistent right now. Started writing a menu down for what I wanted to eat. Because I haven't really done that anymore. I just was making what we always made. What do I want to eat? How much protein is this? How many fats, carbs? Because I still use macros when I'm planning my meals. So I started doing that again, being more intentional. And getting plenty of sleep. So I could also be present, not only for the day, but for a workout that might be at the end of a 10 or 12 hour day. So I'm still working on that part, you guys. Sometimes I'm in the bed at 10, I'm up at 4. And that's not enough. I really should be in the bed at 9-ish. But it's a work in progress. It's much better than it used to be. So, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for perfection in this moment. And that's not going to take place right now in this world that we live in. But I can have progress and constantly meeting those goals and in some places exceeding them. But I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I don't do exactly what I wanted, because I know I'm coming through and I'm going to do all the things I want in other areas. So I don't have to do every single thing perfectly. It's okay to fall off in a couple of areas or to not quite meet the mark, as long as you remain consistent and keep at it. So, yeah. So I finally hit that. I would say that I was at a place where I wasn't feeling winded at my workout somewhere, maybe toward the end of January. I'm sorry, the end of December. So like mid-December-ish, somewhere around there. So it took me about 4 to 6 weeks. So not too bad. So it's been, I started singing Bare Naked Ladies in my head. I don't know if you guys remember that song. Now that my body is acclimated to the workout again, just being active and doing that every day again, now I'm going to start inserting body goals. So that's where I am now. Okay. And that will continue to change, I know, but where I am now is a different space. So now my goal is recompositioning. And I know that's been such a tag word lately, but I think that's okay. It's okay to be talking about it. I use the same, put my therapist hat on again. What is your general goal? I want to recomposition my body. Simply put, well, all I'm doing is I'm going to change the ratio from fat to muscle in my body. I don't have the one, and I'm doing that simultaneously, as opposed to someone who says, oh, I want to lose weight, and they often mean fat. Sometimes people mean that, actually. Sometimes they really do mean just weight, like they want to just reduce overall mass, and they want a smaller, more compact version of themselves. No, I'm okay with my current weight. I'm okay with what the scale says. What I want is I want to have a bit more muscle mass in certain areas of my body and less fat in certain areas of my body. There is no way to spot lose fat. You cannot target an area and say, I'm going to lose fat here only. No, you're going to exercise, you're going to eat properly, you're going to do the things that you need to do, and you're going to lose fat all over your body. The way that you increase the mass in the places that you may want it, like maybe if I have naturally thinner arms, I'm going to have to work more on my shoulders, on my biceps. I'm going to have to work on the triceps, glutes. I don't have a very small, tiny butt naturally, but I need to put weight on there, resistance, so that those muscle fibers are broken down, growing back. And that's happening while I'm reducing the fat in my abdomen area. So that's what I'm doing, recompositioning. I know way back, not that far back, but actually, but there was a belief that, you need to first lose all the fat, then you can work out and use resistance. And if you engage in resistance training, then you can put the muscle on. But you can do it at the same time. Our bodies are very intelligent. We're made well. We just need to do the work and stick with it. And I know that. And I've done it before. So it's not like I don't know what to do. One thing I have now that I didn't have years ago when I was doing a lot of trial and error is the knowledge that, like, the actual knowledge that came from my certification. So I will say I didn't keep that certification. I only really got certified because I wanted to use it in practice. I wanted to incorporate movement along with my mental health practice. And I didn't like that either. No, I was like, let this be my fun stuff. Let's keep them separate. So I went ahead and allowed it to lapse. I guess I could always get it again if I wanted to. It's just a matter of paying for it. But I've already passed the test and everything, so I could renew it. I might not. But neither here nor there, I have that knowledge that I needed to just gain the certification. And so I can now use that in my current training as I create workout plans for myself, as I'm eating, as I'm trying to increase my muscle mass in certain areas of my body and lose the fat other places. So I gave you my overall goal, right? I want to recomposition my body. That's the general goal. What does that look like? So that looks like it could be just increasing the intensity of the workout. And that looks very different. You could actually increase weight, but there's more ways to increase intensity than just weight. So you can change the tempo of the workout. So, and I can talk about that if you guys are interested. I'll talk about that in another video. I'll actually show you my workout and how I use that tempo if you care to see it. I don't know if anybody cares, but there's that.
Really quickly, before we get too far, 3 other ways to increase intensity would be supersets, drop sets, and decreasing the rest time in between my sets. I think I will show you guys that on another video.
One more thing I didn't say, supplements. I need to make sure I'm getting plenty of water, but I also need to make sure that I'm getting supplements. So whatever my food is not addressing, I want to get that in. So multivitamin, I take fish oil, I take sea moss. I do take a vitamin D tablet only because they're getting older. So my body to stay stronger. So vitamin D supplement, it's already in the multivitamin, but I take a little extra. And what else do I take? Oh, vitamin B complex. And that's more for my moods and whatnot. So, because PMS be having you. Ways that I plan to track my progress is, well, let's say this first. there's a way I do not plan to track my progress. I do not plan to track my progress using a scale. And this is why I say that. We're talking about body recompositioning, right? So the thing is, our muscle, as we lose fat, we're putting on muscle. Muscle can very well be heavier. Muscle is heavier than fat. Therefore, the scale may very well say the same thing or even go up, even though you are losing fat. And so what I think is more effective, instead of tricking yourself and all that, is to use things like clothing. Like if there's a pair of pants, if there's a dress you like or whatever, and you know how it used to fit you, or then you put it on and you constantly take pictures in that dress, in those pants, and you constantly see how it feels when you put it on. Like, okay, does this feel looser? Does it feel tighter in some places? Does it feel, those are ways that I would gauge. Pictures, videos. I have plenty of footage, so I can see over time, oh wow, I can see my body changing as I look back on old photos or old videos. I might add that to one of my videos now that I'm thinking about it too. Like, I'll actually take my measurements. I think I will. I'll actually take my measurements and document what they are, and then continue to keep seeing what those look like based on what I'm using, whether it's what I'm using to increase my intensity of the workout, whether it's changing up my tempo, whether it's increasing my weights, whatever I choose. I am used to creating documents and things of that nature that I need to track progress and stuff for my patients. So I'm thinking about creating something for myself to track it. If you guys are interested in that, I will make it available to you guys too. So you have to let me know if it's something that you're even interested in. Yeah. My food has gotten a little bit cold, but actually it's not bad at all. So, thank you guys for joining me today. Now, I am, like I said before, I'm on Instagram. So the Instagram handle is the same as here, at Love, Play, Lift, Repeat, no spaces. I'm also on Facebook. Honestly, I haven't been as active on Facebook, but I haven't been active anywhere. But when I was on Instagram, I wasn't as active on Facebook. So there's some content there, but not as much. But I'm going to try to be better with that. I recently started a TikTok. Well, I had a TikTok from some time ago, but I didn't do anything with it. So I'm recently back on TikTok. And so I am going to probably be posting there as well. Handle is the same, at Love, Play, Lift, Repeat, no spaces. And the blog. Now the blog is a little bit different. So that is thelplr.com. So like the Love, Play, Lift, Repeat.com, but lplr.com. So it'll be in the comment section below, so you'll be able to see all those details there. I would love if you guys would follow me there and just check out my journey. And I really want to hear from you. What is your journey? What are you doing? What's going on with you? If you have any questions, ask me. If you have any comments, I'm open to those. I know I'm online, so I can't really be mad if people say things I don't particularly like, but whatever. You know what? It's an open forum. I'm open to hear whatever. So, yeah, this is going to be cool. And I will work to be consistent. I promise I will. All right. I need to finish this food. I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Later.